When I returned to Singapore in 1983, following my postgraduate pediatric training, Professor Frida Paul, who was about to retire, asked if I could take over her clinic for disabled children. I did so, and her clinic was extremely large, over 1,000 patients. And some of them, especially the younger ones, were not receiving any services. I approached Dr. Yiping Liang whether or not we could start a program, initially for the multiply handicapped of Singapore, but also to expand the already existing program for early intervention. Before we started the program, Dr. Yiping Liang asked us to do a survey to ascertain roughly how many disabled children would benefit from the services. We found there were at least 100 or more of the younger children who needed the program, and we also found quite a number who were multiply disabled. He was very supportive, and we approached the Ministry of Education, and they gave us a school along Margaret Drive, which we subsequently named it the Margaret Drive Special School, and this was the first of the Rainbow Centre schools. We started from scratch, and we had to find teachers, and we also had to find therapists like speech therapists, physiotherapists, occupational therapists. For teachers, we did most of the training in-house, but for physiotherapists, occupational therapists, and speech therapists, we sometimes had to import them. Eventually, not only were we able to find them, but they were able to help us train other staff, and later we got scholarships to send our own staff overseas for training.
I joined Margaret Drive Special School in 1989, okay, and there were many challenges. Okay, so what I did was identify actually the priorities, what I needed to do, because I realized that if I really wanted the school to be successful for the children, I needed actually to work very closely with the parents and the staff. I can't work alone, I told the parents, and my staff actually would need actually the support of you all, to become on board with us. So I said, I joined Margaret Drive Special School because I believe in your children, right? So I needed actually for you all to actually see how we can work together as a team. I actually, in a way, utilized the talents, okay, of the parents. So one was an editor, one was actually, a graphic designer, and a writer, and so forth. So I got them actually interested to introduce Rainbow News, the newsletter.
Each child had different disabilities and different needs, and so they progressed at their own rate, and we had a syllabus specially tailor-made for each individual. So by doing this, we were able to focus on what helped them most.
Saw a boy, with no head control, down. So when a person has no head control, your whole life is like that. Your whole world is this. And then when you lie down, your whole world is just the ceiling. But with intensive therapy, intervention, to see that, wow, he was able actually to lift up his head. And when he was able just to lift up the head a little bit, you can see the whole world actually has expanded. I could see my mommy, I could see my teddy bear, and that to me, that's quality of life for that boy. From this to this.
When people realized that we had a very effective program for helping disabled children, suddenly a lot of people started sending the kids to us. Within a few years, we realized that the Margaret Drive School wasn't big enough to house everyone. So we looked for a second school, and once again we approached the Ministry of Education, and they told us they had a school at Balestier McNair Road, which we named the Balestier Special School. And that was our second school that we had under the Rainbow Centre.
But we all know that after rain, after all these challenges, we will see the rainbow. And of course, we will hope to see the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. You see, so that's why rainbow actually gives actually this sense of hope. And I think it's so important for us, to give parents, that hope It's not like, oh, I'm going to give up if I have a child with special needs. There is hope, there's possibility if actually, opportunities are given to the child.
The smiles on the faces of the children and the family, wow, that really, really motivated me.
No regrets in a sense. Yeah, and then been there for 25 years before I retired in 2014.
As we celebrate the 30th anniversary of the Rainbow Centre, I look forward to expansion of our program. I look forward to helping more and more families.
I wish Rainbow Centre to have more years of success and a greater impact, on this special needs population.
And I hope one day that all schools will be able to embrace the disabled children throughout our society, to regard everyone as part of the family. That is my dream of the rainbow.